Is that pumpkin spice?
Yes.
You must have brought that from somewhere else. I don't have any here.
No, I'm an idiot.
No, you're not.
I've succumbed to the
All right.
fall.
Well, we're playing. I should find a. Oh, this is Coconut Beach. Maybe I should change to
Pumpkin Beach.
pumpkin spice music.
What is this?
This is the pumpkin spice.
When the leaves
Conquering
change
the world.
and the weather's cool. Pumpkin spice.
Dun 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 dun. And there you go. All right.
I like that commercial. That's a new commercial. When the leaves change and the air cool. Pumpkin spice.
Do you like fall?
It's my favorite.
Ah.
I love summer.
How can we be friends?
How can we be friends?
See, all right.
I love summer.
I love summer.
But I love the transition from hot. Now, it has gotten, I will say, it has gotten very cool very quickly. We didn't do...
See, you know what fall is?
What?
A funeral for summer.
I love it.
Fall is the funeral, and you know what winter is? Death.
Okay, but I guess I grew up in a funeral home, so maybe that...
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I love a good funeral, don't get me wrong. As soon as I got to the hospice... What? What's wrong? Okay. Do it on camera at least.
I'm just trying to...
See the spit cup? You can.
Ooh, I'm good.
You can. As soon as I walked into the hospice, literally, as soon as I walked into my mother's hospice
I smell dead.
I didn't even get to say hi to Mom yet, and my sister does this to me here. It's the funeral planning packet from the church.
Oh, man.
She says, you do it. And I'm like, yep, thank you.
Okay.
And I did a good job.
Well, yeah.
But, so I don't mind a good funeral, but fall to me, I mean, it's sadness, the leaves being drained of their green.
But
it's a reveal.
Beautiful.
How is it beautiful? It's death. Green, springtime, and summer,
Okay.
That's vibrancy.
You're correct. But if you look at it in, I don't know, life terms, right? You have to, it's like a snake. A snake sheds its skin. You have to go through the cycles to begin anew. There are, look, I am much better having shed a weight that I was carrying around for 2 years.
Could we shorten the cycle so that we get more summer and less winter?
Yeah, it's called climate change, and
oh well, I mean, I lived in I was thinking California.
Nope, it's called climate change, and you won't have to worry about it soon because everything will be on fire. Just give it a few minutes, you'll be fine.
So when I lived in California,
and there are gonna be some people that just like immediately hear me and they're like, no.
Well, I mean, the weather is. I think we're gonna get a really heavy duty winter.
I hope so.
That's what the guy who mows my lawn or somebody said. And
I hope it snows us in, and I hope it's bitter cold, and I hope it is just I hope it's Mordor.
I hate that.
I hate it too.
That.
I hate it.
I hate all of that. So
my new place has 3 fireplaces, and I can't use one of them.
Really?
They're not operational.
You should get them clean. Get a chimney sweep up there.
Well, no, these are like bricked in.
Oh, okay.
They're beautiful though. Yeah.
But you see what I mean though, is that when I lived in California, I kind of enjoyed that idea of Christmas, and it's kind of, it was chilly at night, but it was warm enough during the day. It was nice.
No.
They would film shows on my street, they'd find houses that looked like they could be in Connecticut.
Christmas shows.
So they'd film them in July or whatever.
Right.
And they would come out and they would put rugs of fake snow on the lawn and on the roof of the house. And they'd block off the street, and this little Cape Cod house down the street from us would be transformed into a Connecticut Christmas type, home for some Hallmark movie or whatever.
I love East Tennessee, this region, for
like a tender Tennessee Christmas.
I love me a tender Tennessee.
But I like that song.
I do too. But I like it because you experience all of the seasons.
I do. All right, I do like living here. I've lived here longer than any place else I've ever lived, and I don't plan on leaving. So I'm sorry you're stuck.
And I lived in Florida, and that was misery. Just misery.
It's very humid. I don't know if I wouldn't want to live in Florida.
And the weather's bad.
But you've got what? Show me the things. If you're into the fall and you're into the pumpkin
This
spices.
thing. This is International Delight pumpkin pie spice.
So
I
where'd
got
you pick
it
that up, at the convenience store?
at my gas station. Yeah. And
Do you? Go ahead.
It's not a typical flavor that I go for.
But why'd you get it?
Because it's fall.
Okay. Do you go to get the PSLs at the fancy barista places?
I
used to work.
I used to work at the fancy barista place, and no, I get one thing. I have one order that I get at fancy barista place, and that's all I ever get.
All right. So I will admit.
And it's not. It's just coffee.
I wanted to try. I was going to try something different at Starbucks, and I'm obsessed with this former Knoxville news reporter who's has a show in Kentucky. And her name's Haley Harmon.
I like Haley.
And her partner Lee Cruz. I'm obsessed with their show. I watch their clips on Vimeo.
Ooh, Vimeo.
I get notified every time there's a new Lee and Haley clip.
I watch church on Vimeo.
So, anyway, she goes on. They're doing this whole bit about the pumpkin spice, right? And she insists that the pumpkin spice latte is just okay. It's the pumpkin cream cold brew that is the thing that she loves. So it's because it's still hot. You know, it's August when I'm watching this. She was watching, it was whatever day they first came out. It was August something, right?
Yeah. Is cold brew hot?
No, cold brew is cold.
Yeah.
Well, I got one.
Okay.
And it tastes like pumpkin pie, or pumpkin cheesecake rather.
Oh.
Because it's got this foam on the top. So, I get
cream. Yeah,
so it's a cold brew coffee, and it's got this actual pumpkin flavored cream on it, not just cinnamon. And it was good. So Haley Harmon was right. So I go to Starbucks again, and I'm explaining what I want, and the lady says to me, "Oh, you might want to try it nitro."
Yeah, because then it gives you bubbles. It was
awful.
Oh.
Because I don't know what happened. Maybe they forgot the pumpkin flavoring.
Oh.
Because they told me it was a pumpkin cream cold brew, and it just tasted like acid, like battery acid.
Yeah, somebody did something wrong.
Yeah, and I needed the caffeine though. They're like, oh, because we were on our way to a concert.
Right.
Believe it or not, in the land of COVID, the Knoxville Opera found a loophole to do a concert at a church.
Right.
And as long as they sing one religious song, they can check that box. So they did. So I needed to chug the caffeine on the way to the show, and they told me the nitro would have more caffeine in it, and I wouldn't need to get extra shots.
Right.
But the cream didn't have any flavor to me. Like the first time I'd had it, ice cubes. I'm gagging on the ice cubes. I wasn't expecting them. I'm like this.
Yeah.
And I thought it was delightful.
Yeah. Well, I feel like your experience at one of the fancy barista places can differ, because my order at Starbucks is I get an Americano, which is espresso.
Watered down espresso.
It's espresso, hot water, and I get it with cream and classic syrup, because I don't want to. Right now, in land of COVID, you have to ask for little packets of sugar or whatever.
Yeah.
And classic syrup is just syrup, like it's little sugar. So I get one pump of that, a little bit of cream. So that's an Americano. An Americano is espresso and hot water.
Yeah.
I've ordered that.
It was the Italians' way of making fun of the Americans for watering down their espresso, I think, is how it came from.
I've ordered that, and someone has made it with espresso and just fill the rest up with cream and no hot water, so it was just cold.
Yeah.
And so I think your experience depends on the experience of the person at the fancy barista
and
shop.
If they like you.
Well, that should not differ whether you are likable or unlikable. I don't think that your service should differ.
It shouldn't,
but it probably will.
Okay. I mean, we've all heard stories about angry waitresses, so why wouldn't you have?
I was never an angry waitress.
You were well. I've heard stories, haven't you?
I'm not too
served
people
by?
Though. Like I've been served by angry waitresses.
Okay, that's what I mean.
Yes.
I didn't mean that you were one. I mean we've all been served by one at some point in our lives.
Yeah.
So you can also by extension you could have an angry barista.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's your drink should not differ.
I agree.
Right.
Well, if you have a coffee shop and you'd like to buy an ad on the Krisha and Frank show.
Yeah, we will drink your coffee.
This is the mid-roll commercial placement, and today's commercial is for us.
Yeah.
You email us at krishaandfrank@gmail.com, and you can join our growing list of sponsors
Yeah.
who are
Thanks,
just
guys.
super fantastic, and we'll happily do a commercial for you. We call it the baked-in commercial. I've been researching podcast commercials.
Mm-hmm.
There's the dynamic insertion.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was. I went to see them. I'm pretty sure when I lived in LA, I saw a band called Dynamic Insertion, or maybe is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Might be dynamic placement. It's dynamic something. I need to look it up.
Um,
But I'm going to go with dynamic insertion.
I'm withholding comment in general.
Right now, those are not the ads we have. We might eventually get dynamic insertion ads. But right now, we do not have those. We have what's called baked in. So if you want your ad baked in to the show,
Like a chicken pot pie on a nice fall day.
that's what we do, which means that we would right now, instead of talking about us, we would be talking about you.
Are we talking about us? Is that what we're talking about?
We're talking about our show.
Right.
Yeah, right?
Right. We're dynamically inserted into your lives.
Into your earbuds. We're your pod friends. You can dynamically insert us into your head. So
this would be it.
Right. We do the commercial here. And Krisha and Frank at gmail.com will talk you through the steps.
Message us on Facebook at
That's,
Krisha and
yeah,
Frank.
we did get a commercial through that way, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one where they just called up and said, the check's in the, or text. I got a text that said, I've already sent you a check. I don't know what I'm buying yet. But just do the commercials until the money runs out.
Okay.
I can do that.
It boggles the mind.
I can do that. And we have more deals in the works and more things coming. So if you want to get in quick on the ground floor, now's a good time to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you would like to be a title sponsor of our podcast, we'll talk about that too.
Well, what is that going to be the title sponsor over here? Sassy and
Classy and Sat? No,
Imagine it's the Classy and Sassy Krisha and Frank show.
Are you okay?
What is that?
Okay.
Well, you have it on the. I'm looking over here. I see the pumpkin spice, which obviously all I'm doing is talking about what's in front of my face.
Right. Well, okay. So I'm gonna read this to you. Classy and Sassy. (Parentheses. Yeah, I'm both.
So that would be the name of the show, Classy and Sassy.
Classy
Yeah,
and Sassy.
I'm both.
Yeah,
Krisha
I'm
and
both.
Frank podcast.
I hope not.
That's too many words.
And it's called Good Wipes. Down there wipes. The scent is sensual seduction. 1 pH balanced, biodegradable, flushable wipe.
Okay, so it's for the
It's down there wipes.
like.
Right, like you and I've had conversations.
I'm a wipe fan. I'm
a big wipe fan.
Wipe fanatic.
And I've been like, baby wipe fan, or like,
I prefer the
Cottonelle,
flushable Preparation H wipes. I think are the
That
best
sounds
kind. The flushable Cottonelles are okay, but the Preparation H wipes have a certain toughness to them.
But have you found them? Have you found them individually packaged?
No, I buy them in bulk.
Right.
I buy them at Sam's in huge packages, to the point where my daughter says, "Hey, can you spare some wipes?" And we send her a care package.
So I mean,
I've got so many wipes I can afford.
This is Good Wipes out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Why? Why? This is if you're a lady and you keep this in your purse, and then you all of a sudden you feel the urge that you have to go drop one. You go and you have a wipe. As opposed to me having to remember to hide the wipes in my cargo shorts.
I'm going to point out that it's pH balanced. So if you're a lady and you have your lady wipe.
Oh, this is not the same. This is not the witch-hazel that I enjoy.
This is if you're a lady doing lady things, doing things that ladies do.
All right. Well, it mentions that word, the word you're discussing is also mentioned on my Preparation H wipes.
Right.
It says for that front and back, basically.
Right. So I found these, and I've been curious because there's another product called Dude Wipes, and they were on Shark
Are they related?
And they're not the same company under any circumstances. Right. And Dude Wipes you can find advertised in Sports Illustrated and on FX. And
they're trying to say it's okay for men to use wipes. I've been using them for 10 years.
They call it like the all-over wipe. It may not necessarily be for like if you feel the urge. And so
because I only use my wipes in one particular area.
Correct.
So these are guys.
Right. These are. Would you call them intimate wipes?
I think you might have a disease.
No,
I think you might have some.
I don't have a disease.
No. The guy using the
Dude Wipes doesn't have a disease, but like.
What's he trying to remove?
Or maybe. So Dude Wipes have existed for a while. They were on Shark Tank.
Okay.
And I've seen them in the store, and I've known people that had them. They're individually packaged, and now they make them for women, but they're classy and sassy.
All right. So the idea of the individually wrapped is it's like almost like a condom. You can keep it in your pocket discreetly or keep it in your wallet.
Or in your purse, yeah.
And then no one necessarily knows. You're not carrying the big, I could go get it, the big yellow package with
Because what I've done
100 wipes in it.
Right,
Yeah.
and what I've done for years is take little baggies and put like
Ziplocs.
wipes in them and put them in my purse.
Yeah.
But now that there's this individually packaged thing, and I'm a single woman, so this makes sense.
Yeah, I buy the family size.
Right. So this makes sense because maybe you, I don't know, maybe you spent a day, you went running or whatever,
And you need to freshen up.
And you need to freshen up
and you're
on
not
the
going,
go.
And you could use the bathroom, I would think.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, if you're in a public
I'm not going to do it out on the
bathroom,
greenway.
I mean, have you met me? But you wouldn't carry around dude wipes because you have your wipes, but to me, if you're a married man carrying around
a single
individually packaged, like, if I'm your wife, I'm gonna be like, what you need an intimate wipe for when you're not here?
Yeah, she knows that I usually can't get by on just one. So that would be an inefficient packaging for me because I would need a 3-pack at least. So it would be terribly wasteful for me to buy individually wrapped wipes.
Like, can we just point out the dynamic of you and I that I am over here being classy and sassy.
Yeah.
And you're just letting it all out.
I'm saying you said to me as a married man, I would not need an individually wrapped wipe. I said that is true. I would need a 3-pack.
But let's say you were doing something nefarious. Let's definite hypothetical.
All right.
Would you maybe carry dude wipes around?
What? No, I would just carry my same pack of 80 to 100 Preparation H wipes in my cargo shorts.
So
I think the cargo shorts alone eliminates the possibility.
Any nefarious off the table.
Right. I don't think the wipes are the deal breaker. I think it's everything else. I think if anyone looks at me, they're not gonna care what kind of wipes are in my pocket.
But for me,
they're not gonna be interested in me.
I'm glad that these exist because
for you,
it's handy dandy.
Okay.
Yeah. But why has it got to be all flashy?
I would not have known. You know what I thought this was?
A tea bag.
I thought it was a tea bag.
Okay.
I thought it was classy and sassy tea that you would drink with your pinky out because you're classy.
And sassy.
And that's when you put your pinky in, you chug. I thought this was a tea bag, and I thought you were going to ask me for hot water.
My stomach hurts.
What I thought you wanted.
Nope.
It's down there, wife. But you brought it with you.
Well,
careful, it might fall through the crack. In the podcast porch.
Look, we need content, buddy. So I'm throwing some content at you by disclosing my classy and my sassy.
Well, good for you.
Now the world knows my classy.
Maybe
sassy.
they'll buy an ad.
Classy sassy. They're out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Really?
Good wipes, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Goodwipes.com. If you want to be classy, sassy, they have other flavors. I mean, scents.
That's the part that makes it naughty.
The scented part that says sensual seduction.
Right? All right. Because I will also I can tell you briefly
it makes it
that
naughty.
the possibly worst Christmas gift I ever got was from a shock jock radio guy in Washington, D.C. who thought it was hilarious to give me a product known as body liquors.
Ew.
Spelled like liqueur, except that they were scented, flavored, I guess, lotions or oils. So we got back at him in a good way because not only it was worse than that. I won't tell the story on the air, but he gave an even more disgusting gift to my female assistant.
Oh.
So we took it and we placed it when he didn't know, in the front grille of his car.
Oh.
So he lived in Annapolis, and the station was in Arlington. That's easily 60 miles. Easily, it's easily an hour drive.
Right.
And he's driving along, thinking he's getting recognized because he's driving to Annapolis with this inappropriate Christmas gift sticking out of the front of his little Acura.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taught him a lesson. All right, that's the Krisha and Frank show.
If you would like to advertise with us, and why would you at this point?
Well, you can clean up our act.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you've got something wholesome.
We'll change for you. As any good relationship, we'll change however you need us to.
All right. Krisha and Frank at gmail.com. Krisha and Frank on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Krisha and Frank. Maybe you're seeing a theme?
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. Share it with your friends. And look for another episode tomorrow.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.